Right, Jesse mentioned the fact that he assaulted an officer, a trooper, and that was Lieutenant Betsy Randolph with the Oklahoma Highway Patrol. And you were just telling me that you called your mother to tell her this morning that this was the man who caused your many injuries just so she wouldn't find out on television.
Right, I didn't want her to find out that way, and she was upset, you know, as any mother would be. Absolutely, yeah. She cried. Yeah.
So what happened? You had pulled this guy over.
Right. I was working Logan County, trooper that night, working an evening shift, and stopped this individual because he drove past me. I was on the shoulder of 33, Highway 33, and it looked like he had a fake paper tag, so I stopped him for that. In the course of he was in the car with me. I had him come back because he didn't have a license or any insurance, and when I ran his information, he had 2 warrants out of Oklahoma County for possession of CDS and intent to distribute. So he was also driving under suspension, so I was already going to take him to jail. I was able to get 1 handcuff on him before he assaulted me, and he broke my finger as he yanked the handcuffs out of my hand.
And took the flesh off to the bone and caused a lot of injuries. Now, then how did he get away from there? He fled into the woods?
Right, he fled into the woods. You know, we called to have additional units come. We actually had a couple of helicopters, some dogs, a TAC team. A lot of people out there that night, and 12 hours later after our manhunt, we were able to catch him, getting back into custody.
And you were telling me one of the things that impressed you about him was the ignition of his rage was so quick.
Right. 1 minute we're talking, and the next he's assaulting me. I had 1 handcuff on his right wrist, and he hit me in the chest, pushed me back, and then yanked the handcuff out of my hand. But 1 minute we're talking, and the next he's assaulting me. It happened very quickly.
Would you have done anything differently?
I wish I would have taken my pistol out of my holster as I came around behind the patrol car as opposed to the handcuffs. I wish I'd done that because he was a felon. I should have done a felony arrest on him right there as opposed to giving him any leeway, talking to him at all. He tried to bargain with me not to go to jail. He had a girlfriend and a baby with him, so I wasn't as alert, as on guard as I should have been, and I was a lot more nice than I probably should have been with him.
And this is a situation, though, where you didn't even know this was the man who was involved in this beheading until we called you this morning.
Right.
What happened?
When Chuck called me this morning and told me that, I got goosebumps over all of my body. And I'll admit, I've cried a few tears today, too.
Well, I can see that this is upsetting for you, but we appreciate all that you guys do for us in our names, and we are so glad that you were safe.
Me too. I praise God for taking care of me that night and watching over me. I just wish that we would have been able to prevent this from happening for this lady and her family, and this other lady and her family, and more.
And they're going to be in our prayers. Betsy Randolph, thank you so much. We appreciate you very much.